know what is what?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is Cult of the Living Dead.
All right, guys. Welcome back. I hope you weren't missing us too much because we took the week off, but we are back with the last movie in our merry month of movies. Today we are covering my pick, Gremlins. But before we get into it, welcome back to Cult of the Living Dead. Quick reminder, we are a cult movie podcast. We cover cult classics, B movies, and horror. I am your host, The Dale, followed by my two co-hosts, Mr. Saya
Buenos dias.
and Twan.
What up?
All right, guys. So Gremlins, the 1984, I guess you'd call it like a comedy horror movie? Comedy horror Christmas movie? Would you say it's a horror movie?
A horror movie? I mean, it's definitely a creature
Yeah.
feature.
Dark fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's I see it like how E.T.'s like a child-friendly sci-fi film. I feel Gremlins is more of a like child-friendly like horror movie.
Yeah, I could
But-
see that. Because I mean, it's like silly and like light and fun, but there are some parts that are like, damn, that was dark.
The Gremlins do
Yeah.
some fucking crazy shit, dude.
Yeah, they do.
They're
I
fucking savage.
completely forgot how fucking crazy this movie gets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
That whole kitchen scene alone, I was like, oh shit.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is violent.
Yeah.
So apparently this movie and was it Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Temple of Doom.
This movie and Temple of Doom are responsible for PG-13, so that's kind of interesting.
Nice.
That is cool.
The movie, I think it's a cult classic for sure. I did not realize. I thought for the longest time, because Steven Spielberg's name is always posted with this movie, that Steven Spielberg directed this movie, but he didn't. He just executive produced it.
Yeah, it says Steven Spielberg presents in the title card or the
In my
intro.
dumb child brain, I thought that meant that I'm like, what? This is a Spielberg movie? No way.
I mean, it definitely makes it seem like it is because they blast his name across the screen. So
So, I mean, it's a good way to sell tickets. I mean, he's fucking Steven
True.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
The movie is directed by Joe Dante. I think we're all pretty familiar with his work. He did The Howling, Small
Mhm.
Soldiers, which we touched on, I think, last week,
Classic.
and
Good movie.
Looney Tunes Back in Action, which is a classic also.
The Burbs.
He also did The
Lessons.
Burbs. That's right. Another movie on our list that we haven't got to yet.
Mm-hmm.
It was written by Chris Columbus, who also wrote The Goonies, which is pretty cool. I love The Goonies.
Christopher Columbus wrote this?
Chris Columbus, yeah.
No.
It was probably just some indigenous person. He just like stole their work.
Fuck.
God damn.
And Chris Columbus is also responsible for like coming up with the story for the Multiverses video game, which is pretty interesting.
There's a story
That's
for the
cool.
Multiverses game?
I don't know.
Huh.
I played it like a handful of times. It was cool.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
The music is by Jerry Goldsmith. He also did the music for Congo, the movie I really like. Star Trek First Contact, another great film, and LA Confidential. It stars Zach Galligan as Billy. I'm not too familiar with Galligan's work outside of this movie. Have you guys seen him in anything else?
Mm,
It says he was in the Waxwork. Is probably his like other most popular movie, but I've never seen or heard of that movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen any of his other work.
yeah, his other stuff is, haven't really seen any of it.
Kate is played by Phoebe Coates. She was in Fast
Cates?
Times at Phoebe Cates, my bad. She was in Fast Time at Ridgemont High, and she was in Drop Dead Fred. Those are both pretty good movies, I think. Have you guys seen Fast Times?
Yep.
Isn't she the one who takes the guy's like her brother's like jerking off to her, taking her top off, coming out of the pool?
Yeah.
She's that chick, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And they got Randall, played by Hoyt Axton. He did a couple other small roles, but apparently he's like a country music singer, which I thought was pretty cool. He's got that country guy voice.
Mm-hmm. He does. He has that nice, like, that draw.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
got that drawl.
Yeah.
This movie had a lot of like, hey, I've seen that guy in a movie before.
Hmm.
Like Murray, played by Dick Miller, the like he's the neighbor. He was also in Small Soldiers and in The Howling. I've seen that dude in a bunch of movies.
Hmm. Wasn't
That
the cop from Super Troopers in this as well? The sheriff cop? Wasn't he also a cop in this?
the fat guy or the younger guy?
The fat guy,
I
the
think
older
so.
guy.
I think he was, yeah. I mean, Howie Mandel played fucking Gizmo.
That's funny.
That's pretty cool. You guys don't know Howie Mandel is the like he was the host of like Deal or No Deal. And
Bald
then
guy has germophobia.
yeah, he has crazy germophobia. And then Stripe was played by Franklin Welker. He's the voice of Fred. That crazy voice actors, like the dude who plays Optimus Prime in the Transformers movie, also does like a lot of the Goonies like background voices.
It's funny.
Oh, Fred from Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Fred from Scooby Doo.
You just said Fred.
My bad. That's the only Fred I know.
He just voices Fred,
He's Fred.
and that's it.
And then this movie is Corey Feldman's first like role in a movie.
Damn, nice.
So Corey Feldman was in Stand By Me, The Goonies, The Lost Boys. He was like a major child star in the 80s.
I saw that
He's
guy
also
once at a music festival in LA.
What? You saw Corey
random
Feldman?
as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes to party. He's
Yeah.
like known for being a big partier.
Yeah, he was on the stage, and we were on the stage, on the main stage. And I was like, dude, is that Corey Feldman? And I like walked up, and he was like, yeah, you just can't tell anybody that I'm here. And I was like, brother, who am I gonna tell? Like, I'm partying right now. I don't care. So yeah, good times.
That's
That's
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
Fucking Corey Feldman is like trying to launch a musical career right now.
Oh,
Is
nice.
he really?
Yeah, it's so bad.
Oh,
I wish I
nice.
could like show you guys a video, but it's fucking terrible.
Poor guy.
Is he singing or like what's
He's
going
singing. He's singing and he's like
on?
being a dick about it. Like there's a lot of videos of
What?
him going off on like his bandmates or like playing
Oh.
off key or I don't know. He's on the sick one right now.
There's one thing I think is kind of interesting about this movie. They introduce a lot of characters. But then like they after their initial like introduction, like they don't really play much of a role in the film after that.
Yeah.
Like Gerald, like the Judge Reinhold's character, he was also in Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Beverly Hills Cop. He's like the
Huh.
dick coworker of Billy. And like they show him and he's
Yeah.
like, I thought like, oh, this dude is gonna like they're gonna show him die at some point because he's such an asshole. And like after the bar scene, we never see that character like ever again.
Yeah.
True.
Which I think is interesting
Yeah.
because he's like a recognizable face.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that until right now. You literally we only see him like be a dick and then ruthlessly flirt with the chick that like the
Kate?
main love
The
interest.
barkeep?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
barkeep, and like that's it. She's just gone.
Yeah, that was it. Oh no. Well, we'll get into it. So, what's your guys' like history with this movie? Have you guys seen it before?
Yeah, I've seen this movie a ton when I was a kid. And then it's been a minute since I've seen it as like an adult. I think this was the first time I've seen it in at least like 8 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Twan?
Same. I mean, I've definitely seen this movie, and it was definitely when I was a child. But yeah, since like late teen and adulthood, I don't think I've ever given this movie another watch. So it was like watching the movie for the first time again because a lot happens that I don't remember. So
Mhm.
it was kind of nice. I knew I enjoyed this movie. So yeah, it was a fun ride.
Yeah, same. I used to watch this movie. I've seen this movie definitely as a kid for the first time, and I think I've seen it a couple times in like my early adulthood. Strangely enough, I've seen the sequel probably more than I've seen this movie.
Interesting.
This is the better movie, but for whatever reason, I've seen Gremlins 2 more.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember
I
the
don't think I
plot of
remember
that
Gremlins
movie.
2.
That one takes place like same thing during Christmas, but it's in a mall. And
Oh
like it's
shit!
during like holiday crazy
Like
holiday shopping and
Dawn of the Dead,
Hmm.
Gremlins.
and yeah, there's like way more crazy like hijinks than the Gremlins are just way more ridiculous.
And are they just
Damn.
like they're fucking up a mall, like only a mall?
Yeah, they're only in a mall. I feel like
Interesting.
which is interesting because usually the sequel you get like a bigger scale,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but this one's like a smaller like more refined scale because like they quarantine the whole mall and shit.
Oh,
Hmm.
And I forgot that they take over like the whole town in this fucking movie. Like it
literally.
gets so
Yeah.
wild by the end of it. It's fucking ridiculous. All right, so it's the movie kicks off with the dad, fucking Randall, like trying to like sell his wares in Chinatown, and I don't know why, but I just wrote like, um, I like that it starts like a noir film, but this entire segment of the movie feels kind of racist.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think any point in time it brings in any of these characters, it's kind of, and I mean, even as I thought throughout the movie, like who's the guy that repairs cars and he drives
Oh,
like a
Murray,
tractor? Murray.
yeah,
When Murray
just
was
hates
saying like,
foreigners.
yeah, like in the war they use like gremlins and shit to like to destroy their planes and like all that stuff. I was like, is this like a mildly racist movie? But like it was like vaguely hidden like under these like small comments and like yeah, it was interesting.
I didn't know this, but I guess like the whole concept of Gremlins is based off of what's it called? Like a 1950s book that some guy wrote about gremlins and like he put forth the idea of like these little mischievous creatures that would like sabotage stuff. So then like it became like a popular thing in like everyday society, like a kind of like a urban legend, I guess.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So the movie's like loosely based on that, and then like Miller's character is kind of playing homage to like the original idea put forth in the book.
Interesting.
I guess they just made Miller's character is just like I don't know. I don't know. He's just like a commentary on 1980s, mall corporate America, small town guy that lost his job because big foreign company came in and got booted. I guess
Yeah.
because he's like just some bitter old guy because he got fired. Like he doesn't have a job anymore,
Yeah.
but he can still afford that house. So that's crazy. I know the Chinatown scene is kind of racist, but I do like a good stereotypical ethnic scene in an old movie.
What they did well though is they actually casted like Asian people to play the Asian parts.
I didn't write down the guy's name, but the guy who plays like the grandpa, I guess was like a pretty prolific like actor at the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he was like really excited to do the role. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm down." And
Oh,
it's
the little
funny because the guy who plays him is 70, but he looks
uh
so good for a 70-year-old that they had to put prosthetics on him because they're like, "Dude, nobody's gonna believe that you're 70 years old."
Oh shit.
Because he's just like he didn't age, I guess. So I'm like, that's hilarious.
that's pretty funny.
His name was Kie Luke.
Kie Luke.
He was born in Canton, China, and he grew up in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, sick.
So he's Cantonese.
Hmm.
Hmm.
He's in Gremlins 1 and 2 and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, he was like a big time actor.
He has so many things on his fucking on
IMDb.
his IMDb page. So many things.
What do you guys think of his invention?
Which or
Wait,
the one that he was selling in
Yeah,
that
the like
moment.
Swiss Army knife travel pack thing.
You know, on it, like all of his inventions were really cool, but it was funny because like everyone in the family was always kind of apprehensive to use it. I mean, the mom was like down at all points in time to
I
use
just
any
wrote down
invention.
every time his wife is so supportive.
She's hella
yeah,
supportive.
she is.
I feel like the family was trying to be really supportive of the dad, but all of his inventions were kind of bad.
Like in theory,
The
they were
idea was
cool.
good.
Yeah,
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 they were
I don't
just
think he had
not
the
executed
mechanical
well.
know-how. Yeah.
yeah.
It felt like he was like he had a successful invention, and that's why they're in the place that they're at. but he's been trying to reclaim that, like, you know, that space again with a successful event. It's kind of like an author, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
they get that
they
one
get
book.
one book. Yeah.
That did kind of feel that way. Because he had some good bones.
Mm-hmm.
That Swiss Army knife one was so ridiculous, though.
It really was.
Like a fucking toothpaste dispenser and like a shaving
Toenail
cream,
clippers.
toenail clippers. It's like you're asking yourself, what do I need to do this? And he just like, what you do is you push this button, you flip this doohickey, and then like it just like pops out. What the fuck? That's funny.
I like the smokeless ashtray that was like smoking.
Yeah, the horrible ashtray. That shit was all bad. That shit was funny. And I like when we get introduced to the Mogwai, how it's like it's secretive. Like we don't know like what it is and what it looks like. We just know that it has like a good singing voice and that there's 3 rules you have to follow when you get a Mogwai. What is it? Like no sunlight. No, it doesn't like bright light. Sunlight will kill it.
Yep.
Don't get it wet.
Yep.
And don't feed it under any circumstances after midnight. And you know the funny part too, the rule number 1 about no light. They came up with that rule on the fly because they did not want to use CGI, so it's all puppetry and animatronics in the whole movie. But to hide kind of the shortcuts they had to take, if you looked at it in dark spaces, it looked pretty passable. So they're like, cool, we'll make it that they can't be in bright light. So it gives us a reason for them to always be in the dark.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's some
Yeah,
like
because
inventive ways of using practical effects.
yeah,
Apparently
I was
it's
just gonna
like
say
an
the
old way,
practical
yeah.
effects are they're spot on in this movie for
Yeah,
being
they're
in the
pretty good.
1980s. Like
Yeah.
Gremlins look really convincing.
I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of the 80 movies, a lot of the 80s movies we've covered on the pod, like it's like I don't know if that was just like the golden era of like practical effects because they come up with some pretty good like creative like passable shit that looks better than like some CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the Gremlins look super cool. Fucking Gizmo looks dope. Fucking Furby ass looking motherfucker. Very much a Christmas movie though.
Super
Like,
Christmas
yeah.
movie.
Like once we get past the like the Chinatown part, isn't that when we start getting like the opening credits and shit?
And it's
we
all
get
like Christmas time.
And then it's just all snowy town. You got the tree, fucking lights everywhere. I was like, oh hell yeah. I remember this movie taking place during Christmas, but I don't remember it being like hyper focused Christmas. But then the whole point of the movie is that the dad got the Mogwai as a Christmas gift for his son. Which is a wild present to get like a grown ass man. Like I'm gonna buy my
yeah.
Yeah, he works at the bank, dude. You're just gonna buy this dude a pet.
Yeah.
Like how would you feel
that's
if like
true.
you got a gift from your parents and they're like, we got you a puppy. Like, cool. Thank you for getting me responsibility. This is not something I was planning on having, but I guess I'll take care of this like life form now.
Another thing too, like he already had a fucking dog. Why are you getting him another pet?
I wrote down like, dude, this who took his dog to work? That's fucking wild, bro.
That is pretty nuts. I've never heard of that. He even had his own like dog station.
Yeah, dude.
Under his desk.
Like a fucking like a little map for him to sit on. It's like, oh, this is like a regular thing he does.
That would actually be really cool if you could like bring your pet to work all the time.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the 80s. Like, you know, back then you could smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
So why not have a dog?
It's true.
Extra security. That was a nice dog.
And I also think that
that's a cool dog.
Probably generally his dog was really chill. And on any other day, it probably would have been like a chill day. But because that woman showed up and she was just
Mrs. Deagle?
Yeah, she was just talking mad shit.
Dude, she's such a bitch. She's cutting in front of the line.
Yeah.
Fucking hated Deagle.
Yeah, Deagle sucked.
And didn't she go in there to complain about like a broken ornament or something? Like a broken like
snowman.
Why the fuck would you go to the bank to complain about that?
Because she knew that
it was the dog.
Oh, that's right. That's what she she was going after Billy. That's right. She was going to like complain to him personally at his job.
Yeah.
That's wild. Just to fucking try and get him fired.
So I looked up just because we were talking about practical effects, I looked up who did it, and his name is Christopher James Wallace.
And
he's done he's done a good amount of movies that I'm sure we've all seen. He did the Fly, the remake with Jeff
Oh, sick.
Goldblum.
Nice.
So he did those practical effects. He did The Fly 2. He did Return of the Jedi. He was a
Oh, no
creature
shit.
consultant. And then, of course, Gremlins. He also did E.T. He was the model maker for E.T. So
Wow.
this guy's
Oh, he's big
pretty
time.
on top, on the top of the game when it comes to animatronics and like practical effects.
I mean, those are some of like the best of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's really
Damn,
cool.
that's cool. That's crazy too for like just small time movie like this one, and you get a dude like that. That's what
yeah.
trips me out when we've been covering a lot of these cult classics. Like the actors and like the main people are like kind of unknowns, but the people on the periphery of like the production of the film will see some people who are like, oh, these guys are like top of their field, like in their part of the industry, and they're like on these kind of like more lower budget films. So I think it's kind of cool.
It looks like he actually won a Saturn Award for Best Special Effects for Gremlins.
So I
Hmm.
believe it. Special effects rocked.
For
Yeah.
real. Also, sorry, I'm you guys like triggered my like interest into Furbies. And on January 13th, 1999, it was reported the National Security Agency, NSA, of the United States banned Furbies from entering NSA property due to concerns that they may be used to record and repeat classified information, advising those that see any on NSA property to contact their staff security office for guidance. Is the concern. And I was like, I was reading back. The concern was that Furbies seem really intelligent, because they originally, when you get them out of the box, they speak Furbish, so it's like really like short words with simple syllables, and then over time they develop like language depending on where you're at, like English, French, Spanish, German, Italian, all that shit. And so uh back in the day they were worried that like they were actually like recording and like growing and learning, but they're like pre-recorded and it's just like time based, where like the newer version, it has 5 voice activated modes and it has over 600 responses. So
That's
they're,
cool.
yeah, so they're just like hella programmed to just be little fucking talking
They fake
toys.
intelligence.
Fake
Interesting.
intelligence, yeah. But it
That's
was so
cool.
scary that it scared the NSA back in the 90s.
I like this is where we get introduced to like Kate too. I like the chemistry that Kate and Billy have. They actually do seem like they really like each other.
Yeah.
Apparently that's what got Zach Galligan the job. That him and the Phoebe, I guess, are like friends outside. So they used to practice the lines together.
Hmm.
So when it came time for rehearsals and he was practicing in front of, I think it was either Spielberg or the director, they're like, the way he was looking at her, they're like, oh my God, he's already in love with her. And that alone got him the job.
That's cool.
Nice.
What about the dad's fucked up egg cracker invention?
Dude, all of his inventions, dude.
That one was, I think, might have been the worst one though, dude. That was like so impractical.
Is that one worse than the coffee that becomes like sludge?
I feel like the coffee in practice, like it's kind of like a Keurig before
Yeah.
Before
Keurig,
Keurig.
and it's
I
just
see
that
that.
like it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it
But,
just
like,
burns too hot.
It just turned into the like super concentrated coffee syrup. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Because that one, the egg cracking machine just fucking slams down the
It's
egg.
just some fucking karate chops and egg, dude. Like holy shit, get all kinds of shells in your fucking eggs. Like I don't know what the point of that invention was, but it was pretty funny. And then we get introduced to everyone's favorite character, Gizmo.
Hell yeah.
Were you guys expecting the Mogwai to look like this adorable ass little like I don't know what the fuck Gizmo looks like? How would you describe Gizmo? It's like a little I mean there's a Furby.
It's a
He's a
But-
Furby, dude.
but,
That's
like-
exactly what he is.
I guess yeah, that's what he looks like. But I remember when Furbies came out too. I was just like, that's fucking Gizmo. Are they? I remember asking my dad. I was like, are they allowed to do that? Like he looks exactly the same. Like, isn't that illegal? I even looked it up. I'm like, did the creators of Gremlins like sue Hasbro for stealing their idea? But I guess They said that they admitted that the Furby was loosely based on Gizmo, but there's some differences so that like they got away with it.
Yeah.
Because I think the Furbies have a little beak.
They have a little beak and they don't have arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, like it looks almost identical to Gizmo.
Yeah,
They
I
did
like-
release the Gizmo Furby, which I think is interesting.
Ooh.
smart.
Did they have arms?
You
Yeah,
can't beat him,
I think
join
it
him.
was just Gizmo, if I'm being completely honest.
Nice. I don't remember what my original thought was because I saw it when I was a kid, you know what I mean? But
I think I probably thought he was cute.
yeah. I do
Adorable ass animal.
I did enjoy how you can tell it's like a practical effect, but it doesn't look like a cheesy practical effect. I don't know if that makes sense.
I
'Cause
think
Yeah,
because
no,
it's
they
an
look real.
animatronic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the movements and everything, it just added a element of like realism to it.
Mm-hmm.
And like
I like his little hands.
and he's got a nice singing voice. I was like, damn, is that Howie Mandel? Can he sing like that? He's got that hum to him.
Mm-hmm. Just got that high pitch hum.
He's got the high pitch hum, a cappella, that guy. But I just commented like, dude, fucking Billy is just right off the bat, just all bad at taking care of Gizmo, dude. Like
Bro,
immediately, he's just so bad at it. It's like he doesn't like bright lights. Let me take a flash photo in his face.
That was
that was
the
the mom, wasn't it?
Oh, that was the mom, yeah.
Yeah. He also
Uh,
the dad didn't like he just gave him Gizmo and then that was it. And then it wasn't until the mom took a picture that he was like, "Oh yeah, I got to tell you.
Oh, yeah,
I
by
got to
the
tell you the
way.
rules."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like when he was hanging out with Gizmo, it's like, dude, you're leaving water all over the place. Like, what are you doing? Like, chicken, just chilling. Like, he just left a sandwich on his bed. Like, all these things you're not supposed to be doing.
Well, although the only thing that was really emphasized that actually seemed dangerous was the light. Like he was like, under no circumstances you put him under the light because he will die. Like you don't really understand what happens with the water or like after the feeding thing or anything like that. Like it's not really explained. So I feel
That's
like
true.
because of that, he wasn't tripping too hard. The only thing he was actually tripping about was like light. That was it.
That's right. Because, like, well, the kid just tells him the 3 rules, but he doesn't say, like,
Why?
the only one that he gives an explanation is like, sunlight will kill him.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
Yeah.
okay, that's the big one then. But he says, don't get it wet and never feed it after midnight, but he doesn't say why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he
And
could have
then-
been like, don't feed it after midnight, turns into a fucking monster.
Well, he didn't know what it was gonna do
That's true. That's
because
true.
the Chinese boy didn't tell him. Like he didn't give him any explanations either.
And he
Yeah.
bought he bought him for what, $200?
Mhm.
Yeah,
What's $200 in 1984 till today?
Check it out.
That was an expensive ass gift for them, like supposedly hurting for money, and the pops is out here just slinging fucking money like that.
right?
It's like, damn, $200, dude.
$200 in 84 is equivalent to the purchasing power of about $607 today.
Bruh,
Damn.
the fucking PS5 Pro right there.
Yeah.
That's a lot, dude.
For real.
For
I
a
mean-
struggling family, yeah, that's a emergency fund right there.
I mean, they needed money so bad that the dad had to go like on a work trip during Christmas to try and like make some feds.
Like an
Yeah.
inventor con.
And I even wrote, like, who does an inventor con on Christmas Eve?
Inventors.
Fucking psychopaths.
They probably got the like haul for real cheap or something.
All the inventors who are also suffering that like need
For real, as much
Money.
of like basement dwellers. And then like I don't remember them like Gizmo getting wet and the new Mogwai being born like within the first like 25 minutes of the movie. Because this movie's like an
Happens.
hour and 45 minutes and they get born like almost immediately.
yeah, it happens like really fast. Really, really fast.
I don't know why, but that scene, like, I don't know, just makes me uneasy. Just like him growing like these balls that just like pop and
They're
like
popping out.
burst out of his back.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I don't know, it feels gross.
The back gets all like, I don't know, like gurgly,
Yeah.
bubbly.
It just starts with pop, 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 pop.
The
Gives birth.
what's it called? Like trypnophobia.
Yeah.
When you have the fear of those like holes in
Mhm.
skin. Yeah,
Just gave me the chills.
the heebie-jeebies.
And I just like how all the new Mogwai are just like fucking dickheads. They're just all mean.
They are. They come out like instantly, like just real rude,
They're
rude
rude.
boys.
And they're just like bully fucking Gizmo. Just parental abuse right off the bat.
Yeah,
Elderly abuse.
I wonder why. I wonder. They don't really. Do they explain like why Gizmo is so different from his clones?
So I guess like I don't know where it's explained, but I was doing research. I don't know if it was like the prequel comic they made or if they say it in the next video, in the next movie.
Mhm.
But I guess one in every 1,000 Mogwai are nice like Gizmo. So they're mostly always
Oh,
bad. They're like mischievous creatures. So
yeah.
Gizmo is just a good one.
Well, I know Maogwai is a Cantonese word, and it translates to monster, evil spirit, demon, or devil. So like
Huh.
they're
Yeah, that
they're
explains it.
exactly that.
So Gizmo is like he's the rare one. There's
Mm,
only a few good apples when it comes to Mogwai.
okay.
But they're like I like how is this where he fucking where he gets tricked or does that come after? Oh no, this is where he gets the date.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gives
Yeah.
one of the Mogwai to the to like his old like high school like chemistry teacher.
Yeah.
And he's like, here, let's run some experiments on this dude. Which is kind of fucked up.
He like takes blood from the Malgoy's hand, and the Malgoy's like freaking out the whole time.
Yeah, I'd be freaking out too.
Yeah, for real.
It's like in a cage and this dude just coming at you with like a sharp object.
Yeah.
That's
And I
pretty
freak out when
fucked.
I'm in the doctor's office and they take blood.
Yeah, I hate getting blood
Fuck
taken.
that. We didn't mention the Corey Feldman friendship relationship that he has with the um
Oh, does that
like
happen right now?
a grown man and a little boy are friends.
Dude, this whole like there's things that happen to this movie. I even wrote that down too that like are kind of weird. I was like, why is he hanging out with Corey Feldman? I thought it was hilarious that they forced him to deliver Christmas trees like in a full
In
on
a
Christmas
Christmas tree, like a fucking
costume.
ghillie suit Christmas tree.
That
That's
shit was
funny.
funny. And then I even wrote, I'm like, I didn't even know they delivered Christmas trees. I didn't know that was a service you could get.
I think that
Small town shit.
I think he just
Yeah.
drags the Christmas tree
You
on
know,
the
he just
floor,
pulled
right?
it across town, put it on his red flyer wagon, and he just pulled it. Yeah, then they just hang out and he just like reads comic books.
Yeah.
I'm like, how old is this dude supposed to be? Is he like he just graduated high school? But then Gerald, like the dickhead guy who works at the bank, it seems like they're the same age, and Gerald looks like in his 20s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so you assume this dude's also in his 20s, like maybe he's college age. And like, I don't know, is he like the neighbor kid? Is maybe just known him since he was a little kid, so he's like just cool with them?
I feel like it's hard to tell
Yeah.
specific peoples from specific regions age differently.
That's true.
And
That's
so
true.
yeah, I don't know.
It could
I,
just
I
be
mean,
small town shit too.
yeah,
yeah, because
I think it was just like small town, like everyone knows each other, so they all just kick it.
Like they
yeah,
only had the one bank
Yeah.
in the one bar.
and
And
the
the
one bar.
and the one place that sells Christmas trees.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but that set is the same
Christmas tree
set from
salesman.
Back to the Future.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
the same.
cool.
It's the same town.
Nice.
That was interesting.
So it's filmed in the Universal backlot.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. See,
Damn,
like this is
RIP
all.
that set. That set's
I,
gone. Huh?
I know.
I
Did
think
they
it
replace it
burned
with
down.
Oh, did it burn down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was part of the fire. But I think they rebuilt it, but like the OG set was gone.
Ah, rip.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
So this is like one of those examples where like I thought Corey Feldman was gonna be like a way bigger character in the movie. Cause like there's a few scenes like back to back where he interacts with Corey Feldman's character and you're like, oh, okay, cool. He's gonna be like, I don't know, the little kid homie that hangs out with them like in the end or something. But
Yeah.
no, After this scene, I think he has one more scene. We don't see him again
Yep.
till like a very short clip at the very end.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Did he die?
Well,
You think he
I
died?
don't know. We never
We
find
don't
out what
know. We
happens
don't
to
know.
him.
Well, I think
Yeah.
because of Corey Feldman, that was the only reason why Gizmo got wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
did
Yeah, he
have a
knocks over the water.
he did have a big impact in this movie.
He did. He did. That's
True.
true.
Big impact, small role.
Hmm.
Yeah. I like this character though. He was cool. Maybe it's because I like Corey Feldman. He's good in everything. Well, pre-cokehead Corey Feldman.
He's real good at dragging trees and dropping water on gremlins.
Been fucking is starting the fucking apocalypse in that small town. Oh, I also didn't talk about how we just get like a slew of just bad inventions from the dad too. We get that like automatic like piston hammer thing that he has. Like the world's fucking most impractical hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. This little segment was like shown purely just to show off the dad's toys because they're
Mhm.
at the dinner table and he's just like making sure each thing works and he's holding it up, making sure the camera sees. It's like, why the fuck do you have all your inventions on the table and why are you just playing around with them randomly?
Well, I think it's because he after this he leaves to the like inventors con. So I wonder if those are the inventions he was gonna take.
Yeah, true. He was just getting them all ready and packed.
Because he has this one, and then I wrote he has like this crazy ass fly trap.
Yeah, where it opens up and spins.
Yeah, that one was fucking wild. The
What
terrible
are you
ass.
supposed to do with that?
I don't know, dude. The only two
Blow
inventions
them
that he
away?
made that seem practical were the coffee maker, but it doesn't work, and the juicer, which
Yeah,
also
the
doesn't work.
juicer.
Yeah.
But like those seem like okay, the cool. It has like an orange storage, like that's kind of like helpful, but like it just doesn't work. Everything else is kind of like, why the fuck would you want that hammer? And I don't know what the fuck was up with that fly trap.
For murders.
Yeah, for reals. And then we just get I like we get Mr. Futterman and he's just like constantly just hating on foreigners, just talking so much slurs about like buying like foreign made cars and all his fucking tractors all beast because it's American made. I wonder,
That's true.
I'm
Forgot
not
about that.
privy in it, but I wonder if this is if the 80s is where we started to see a real big influx in and like foreign manufacturers coming into the American market.
It's a good question.
Because in the 1990s, that's where you get those invincible Hondas and Toyotas.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Toyota Camrys are still on the road.
dude, my
Hmm.
my my first car, which was a hand-me-down from my mom, her 91 Civic, my uncle sold it for $3,000, had 300,000 miles on it, and he's like, dude, this shit still runs cherry.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I was like,
The
damn.
the practice of moving manufacturing overseas, also known as offshoring, began to rise in the 60s and the 70s.
So then the 80s, it was probably in full swing. Like that was just the
Yeah.
way it was.
Yeah.
Also, like during the 80s is when Ronald Reagan passed that like law that made it easier for corporations to take up to like push in on what's it called? Because before what they used to do is corporations could bully the suppliers into getting them lower prices because they own the market share. So that would help push out lower businesses because they'd have to pay higher prices for the same product. So the United States passed a law that everybody has to be sold the same price always. And during
Hmm.
Reagan's administration, they kind of stopped enforcing that law. So then that's why you see like the Walmarts and all the big box stores start pushing out all these mom and pop shops and a lot of these people losing their jobs.
Yeah.
And this is what, 84? I think this is a Reagan administration.
Fuck Reagan.
Just say no. Well, that's been politic talk.
Yeah, I don't want to go deeper into my hate of Reagan and Reaganomics and his fucking bullshit ass drug war. Whatever. Let's just move on.
And then this is where he gets that cute ass date where he's just spitting game.
Yeah,
And this chick's
that
just
was
like,
nice. It was
she's
nice
such a
to
good
like.
person too. She's just working at the bar for free.
Was she? I mean, it's.
Yeah, she says she's volunteering at nights because they need an extra waiter. So
Oh
she's not
yeah,
getting paid. I
nice.
think whatever
You're right.
tip she gets, maybe she gets to keep, but she's not getting like a wage.
Yeah,
She's just helping out,
yeah.
which I thought was pretty. I was like, damn, that's fucking nice. I don't know. if I would do that. Fucking work for free. Maybe it was like a family member or something, but like, damn, it's just like a stranger.
Small town things.
Yeah, small town things. Then he gets a date. What do you guys think of Phoebe Cates? Think she's hot?
She's cute.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, she's a cutie. I guess they didn't want to cast her because they didn't think audiences could see her as this like nice like small town gal because she was known for having more like risque roles. Like she's like the slutty friend in Fast Times.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But the director was like, nah, she's perfect. She's exactly what we need. And like, yeah, that ended up being a good casting. So
it was. Yeah, she played a good like just small town
Like, look-
heartthrob chick.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because back then, if you showed your tits in a movie, it was hard for you to get non-showing your tit roles.
Hmm.
And then this is just everybody from this point on. I think it's just mad fuck ups. Is this where he gets tricked, or he gets tricked in the next part? Huh?
Yeah, he's like chilling, drawing. He's drawing Phoebe or Kate. Why did I say Phoebe?
He is drawing Kate, huh?
Yeah.
I guess that could be kind of romantic. Could also be kind of weird, depending on the audience. Like you bring her over, and then there's just like a drawing of her, just like on your nightstand. I don't know.
Well, that was like his outlet. He was an artist. That's why
Oh,
he
that's
had
right.
that thing full of water for his paintings.
And he wanted to be a comic writer. That's right. And I just wrote like, I just love how they trick him. I thought that was so cool. How they make him think that it's what, like 840 or something.
Yeah, they were like that was really smart of them. They
No,
were really smart.
the Gremlins are fucking, or the Mogwai are super fucking smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane how smart they are. They trick him, and then this dude, I just wrote, what the fuck? This fool just got the whole week's worth of fucking chicken and just gave it to the pets.
Bro.
That was a mad plate of chicken, dude.
Yeah, for real.
I could just see like moms waking up the next morning and just being like, what the fuck? Where'd all the chicken go? Like no lunch for nobody the next day. All the week's groceries eaten in a week. And one day it's just gone. Because that was a mad plate of chicken. That was like 4 whole chickens on that plate.
Yeah, that was definitely a KFC bucket's worth.
They fucking just tore it up. Fucking. And I like how Gizmo doesn't want any, which is interesting. Because
Yeah.
he's like, Gizmo, you want some? He's like, nah, I'm good. He's like, all right.
Because Gizmo was like the only like real chill one. He was like,
Dude,
yeah.
wasn't he like reading a comic book, just kind of hanging out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gizmo rocks. He likes being a not gremlin.
Yeah.
I wonder if Gizmo would have been an evil gremlin if he turned, because the Mogwais are kind of evil already. Remember, like they
Mm,
strung up the dog,
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
and like that was before they were even gremlins. So I wonder, what'd you
Yeah,
guys
that's
think
true.
of their like pods,
It reminded me almost of like
face huggers?
Yeah, the face hugger. Face
Yeah.
I
hugger
thought the
pod.
same thing. I was like, oh, this is sick. I was like, did they just straight up copy Aliens? I'm not mad at it. It's a great design, but
Yeah.
I did not, when I first saw this movie, I did not expect them to go through like a metamorphosis and then turn into these like ghoulish creatures.
Mhm.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that part. I don't really know what I was expecting as far as like how they were going to transform, but I didn't have like sci-fi alien pods on my list.
Yeah, it takes a mad turn.
And then again, just shout out to the practical effects because those pods, like, they looked real. They looked
Yeah,
they looked
they
like
look good.
they had a stickiness to them, like a sliminess.
I even like how when they're like birthed, like smoke and shit comes out. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, for real.
It's like pure evil. And then we get our first kill, our first death of the movie. The science teacher.
Hell yeah.
What'd you guys think of this scene? I thought it was pretty cool with the like him fighting, and the only light you get in the room is the projector.
I had forgotten that it gets. I mean, this movie is mildly violent, and I forgot how mild it is. Or I just forgot like what it was like, and so I didn't even remember the science teacher's death until it was happening. I was like, oh shit. this is gonna get crazy, and it just keeps escalating from there.
Yeah, shit. The science teacher death. I remember him dying and what happens to the like racist guy.
Mhm.
I don't remember the entire town just getting
Getting
absolutely
fucking wrecked.
fucking
Yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah,
That I didn't remember.
yeah.
But the science teacher's death was pretty cool. It was. I feel like it was the more horror-y part of the
Mhm.
whole movie. It was probably like the unforeseen evil because we don't see the gremlin. We get like glimpses of it, but we don't fully see what it looks like in this
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. We see its hand, and you're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck was that?" When it like slices him,
Hmm.
but we don't see like what it looks like until the next scene where the mom just goes like fucking Rambo mode on him.
The mom kicks ass.
Yeah, the
She's
mom
all
dominates.
bomb. Like immediately, I like how she like hears shit upstairs, and she's like, "Oh fuck that!" And just like
Yeah.
grabs a knife. She's like, "Nah, hell nah." Oh, because the
She's a
mom
fucking
sees
cool
the
ass mom.
pods, right?
Yeah.
The mom had seen them already.
So she's already kind of like, "Well, that's weird." Yeah, the mom's a beast. She gets some sick kills. Do you guys have a favorite gremlin death in this scene?
I think the juicer.
The microwave.
The microwave was mine. The microwave was wild. It just pops.
Yeah. That was crazy.
I was like, fuck. This is where I was just like, damn, I don't remember like because you know the teacher's dying was a little bit more tame. You don't see anything.
Hmm.
And then this scene is just straight violence. Like
Yeah.
blood everywhere when the dude's getting juiced. The fucking microwave, like the gremlin's head exploding. Or his whole body, like she fucking straight just stabs one. Like,
She almost takes out all of them. The movie could have almost ended here.
yeah, the only one that gets away is Stripe because he's like, oh
Yup.
fuck that, and he just like leaves because like she's too beast.
Oh man.
He literally
Yeah.
takes out all of them, and he jumps out the window and like runs away because he's just getting wrecked. Yeah, that was cool. Oh yeah, I forgot she even sets one on fire using the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that scene was pretty cool. That like one shot where it's the mom like kind of with her back towards the Christmas tree, and then the lights go out and you just see the red glowing eyes of the
That was
gremlin.
cool. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
damn, that's sick.
I was like, I just put up my camo gremlin.
Yeah.
It just blended in so well. Yeah, that was cool. This whole scene was really fucking sick.
Yeah. Was not expecting the mom to
To be all
be all
bomb.
bomb like that, but it was a nice touch.
Apparently, I guess they originally were gonna kill her, but they decided against it, and they just made her all bomb instead.
Nice. I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm glad
Happy
they did too.
they went that route. I think it's because like throughout the movie, you're not really expecting the mom to like have any sort of scene like this because she's just like, you know, the cookie cutter housewife, mostly innocent, but
Yeah, she's just like the
She does.
supportive wife at home. Really sweet,
Yeah.
like white picket fence type of nuclear family deal going on. And then she just like goes off. She goes fucking Rambo mode.
Unbeknownst to all of us, she's actually Jason Bourne.
She's
Fuck.
fucking Alan Ripley's great grandmother. No shit, huh? And then we don't really see her character after this, right?
I don't think not till the end.
Yeah.
This another character that has like their shine and then they're gone. And then I
Yeah.
just wrote like what a fucking movie of the times because the gremlin goes to the closest water source and it's the fucking YMCA. I was like, that's pretty funny. He just fucking jumps in the pool and just immediately creates like an army of gremlins.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I remember the pool scene.
Yeah, the pool scene was crazy. Like the water is like all like on the verge of like exploding. Like, I was
Mhm.
like, oh shit.
That was
Kind
one
of
of,
remind me of like you guys remember old Godzilla, how the water would just like bubble up.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly what it reminded me of.
Yeah, that was one of the like only scenes that I actually remembered, but I don't everything else was a shock.
At this point, is it does Billy knows, right? Yeah, because he's already seen that the teacher's dead.
And he called his mom and he was like, "Mom, get out of the house." And she's
That's
like,
right.
"I got this." And she fucking
Yeah.
She clears out the house.
That's right.
And
Because
then
he
he gets
gets
home.
back after she's like kind of fucked up. Because she did get fucked up a little bit in the fight.
Yeah.
And then he grabs a sword and he's like, all right, I'm going gremlin hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole time the dad's at the fucking
At
convention.
the convention. It's so
Not knowing
funny.
what the hell's going on.
With all the other fucking inventors.
He does make a sale though. He sells that smokeless ashtray to the gas station attendant.
He does, yeah. And it's still smoking.
Yeah, dude, I would have immediately asked for a refund. Be like, Dick, this doesn't work.
Or maybe it works too good.
And then the kills just start rolling because Mr. Murray's the
Yeah.
next to go. He says something. This is me, my fucking technology nerd. Like he's complaining about the TV because remember the Gremlins break the antenna,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he says I should have bought a Zenith. And I was like, what the fuck is a Zenith? I've never heard of the brand Zenith before.
Really?
Yeah.
The old TV that I used to have before I upgraded was a fucking Zenith.
You know what? I think I did have a Zenith now that you say that. It was a TV that was built in a cabinet. You remember those TVs?
Was
That
that
would have-
I thought that those were just the TV types. I didn't know that was a specific one.
So yeah, it's a brand. So Zenith was like one of the first. I got some notes on it.
Give
So
us the history.
they invented the wireless remote.
Nice.
Okay.
They invented the FM multiplex stereo, and they were the first to develop an HD TV.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So I think I had a silver Zenith HD TV. That was like a hand-me-down when my dad got like a newer one.
Yeah.
And they got bought out by LG, and then they got bought out by someone else.
Hmm.
So they were like at the forefront of like TV
TV.
technology for a long time.
Nice.
Which is kind of crazy
That's cool.
because when you think TVs now, it's all foreign made. Like, what's an American TV brand? I guess Panasonic. I think Panasonic's partly owned by Japan or Korea or something. Like, who else can you think of? Like, Sony's Japanese.
LCM?
LCM? Do they still make TVs?
I don't know. I think so.
I can't think of any. The only thing America's really bomb at making are
Was TCL?
weapons.
Oh, TCL. That's what I was thinking of.
TCL? But I think TCL is owned by China now.
Oh, shit.
Mm.
How? It was like Insignia, I guess. I think. Oh, no. Insignia is also Korean. Dude, I got an Insignia TV back in like 2011
Mhm.
that my sister has, and that shit still works. It is like that must have been one of the best Insignia TVs, like one of the best TV models ever made, because that TV is damn near 15 years old.
I think the TV, like 2 TVs before the one that I have now, was a
Insignia?
Insignia TV. Yeah. And it was a good TV.
So it
was-
says RCA, Magnavox, Zenith,
RCA.
and Westinghouse are USA.
I like
Damn,
never
I remember
see those
Magnavox.
though.
Yeah,
Like-
I
like
think
they
they
don't-
might have all gotten bought out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember I had this TV. It was like an old like CRT TV built in this big wooden cabinet, and it had shelves, like glass
That's
shelves
cool.
in it. It was cool. That TV was fucking heavy though.
Oh, yeah.
Moving that
I
TV,
bet.
and it was on like the world's tiniest wheels. That like just immediately got jammed with hair, so like you couldn't even fucking roll it anymore. It was like insane.
Heavy TV, tiny wheels.
It was fucking crazy, dude. It was definitely a TV of its time. And then the way he dies, though, they just drive the tractor through his house.
Hmm.
When that happened, I don't remember that happened. I was like, what the fuck? This movie's getting fucking wild.
For real.
Like the Gremlins are just out for blood.
Yeah. It's so chaotic.
It gets pretty chaotic pretty fast. They kill him and the wife. They got fucking 2-for-1 special. 2 humans, 1 tractor. And I guess who's this guy? I said they eat the guy from the port box, from the post box. Oh, the guy who's trying to drop off mail. They just eat him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, they like immediately once they're out,
They
like,
just start immediately
start fucking up the town, dude.
everybody. Like,
Yeah.
I like the little piece of imagery that we get where it's like the main street and you see one gremlin come out
hmm
And then he turns around and looks at the shadow and is like, "Yo, come on!" And then you just
like
see
an army?
all the fucking gremlins follow
Like
him.
I don't remember that happening. I was like, damn, I do not remember there being that many gremlins. I'm like, how the fuck did they kill all these dudes?
Dude, right? I was thinking the same thing. Like when at the peak of it, I'm like, how the fuck do they stop these fucking gremlins?
So
Like,
many of them. It's like a ridiculous. I was like hundreds.
mhm.
Maybe that's why we never see anybody. Maybe just everyone's dead.
That's what I think. Like
Yeah.
everyone must have got because when him and Kate finally like reconnect, like the whole town is like destroyed
Done.
within like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then the most famous death I think from this movie is Mrs. Deagle's death
hmm
on her old person chair. What are those called? Those like stair chairs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've
like,
always
Or
wanted one of
Mrs.
those.
Deagle.
They fucking hacked that shit.
It's
Yeah.
like, I walk fine. I just don't want to walk down my stairs. Dude, when she gets fucking yeeted.
He yeeted out the fucking window, dude.
Oh man.
That was a fucking. Oh my god! And don't the cops see it? Is it? Don't they say
Yeah.
they're like, did Miss Deagle just fly out her window?
Yep, they were right outside, and then they show her body just stiff in the chair.
That's right. Those cops are fucking dumb too.
For real, because they were like, "What is this?" And like, or like, they're looking at everything, right? They're watching people get all fucked up, and then gremlins come up to the window. They're like, "What are those things?" They're just like staring at them as cops instead of just trying to do something.
Yeah,
Instead of just blasting.
because Billy goes to them and he's
Yo,
like, "Hey, dude."
This is one of the movies where this is one of the only movies that we've seen where cops aren't blasting on things.
Fuck, they're all drunk too.
I feel like that's an even better scenario to just go out and start blasting shit.
I
When
know.
you're,
They're
like,
immediately
lit.
once they see Deagle, they're like, "Let's get the fuck out of here, man!" Like they immediately try to bail. They're like, "Fuck this,"
Yeah.
and then they die too, like all quick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're no
Everybody
match for the
dies.
gremlins.
Oh, then this is the last time we see Corey Feldman. He's just like fucking snipering gremlins with his fucking slingshot.
Yeah.
I wonder if he made it because we don't see him after that.
I don't think he made it. I mean, his
Right.
house was getting overrun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
it was getting overrun pretty badly.
He had a valiant last stand though.
Yep,
Went out
Is it-
fighting.
Yeah, he did.
fucking 300
Mhm.
It's like
Down to-
Legolas.
Mm,
At
down
the
to his
Battle on
last
Helm's
marble.
Deep.
hell yeah.
Damn.
I was thinking like the sniper from Saving Private Ryan in the tower.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Is he in the tower?
He's in
Yeah.
the tower and he gets shot
The
by the
bell
tank.
tower gets shot by the tank.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
And
was
he-
that was a good one.
Makes me sad every time. He was my
Same.
favorite. He was the coolest
Same.
character in that whole movie.
Yeah.
He was, dude.
He was so cool, calm, and collected.
I like when he's rushing the beach and he like starts sniping and he's like saying his prayer while he's just taking out like mad people. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He
That was
was
the
a
only
good,
time that Jesus has ever been cool.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I was like, God, I love it. Just saying prayers, just murdering people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. America.
What do you think about how fucking the only reason why Katie's alive, or Kate, is because she's just like getting all the gremlins just all fucked up in the bar? Yeah, that one gremlin shoots at cards and he just fucking shoots them.
Yeah,
That was
it
actually
was funny.
oh yeah, it was pretty funny.
Dude, there's so much going on in this scene. It's
Mhm.
it's kind of crazy.
She was basically running the whole bar by herself.
Yeah, pretty
that point.
much. Pretty
Keeping
much.
herself alive, keeping all the gremlins fucking drunk and happy. It's really funny too that like they let her live,
Well, 'cause
even though
she's-
they've killed like everybody else.
I think because she's serving them drinks and like getting into all kinds of debauchery and everyone's all fucked up.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they could just easily go over there and grab the fucking bottle and like do it themselves.
I guess
but,
that's
but
true.
they just like being served, I guess. Like
I
Yeah, there's
guess.
something about being served.
yeah. I
And
feel
then
it.
Billy gets all clutch with by saving her with his fucking beat up Volkswagen.
Yep.
I think it's funny how he's like trying to start it in the beginning of the movie, and it is just covered in a mountain of snow.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, there's no way that fucking car's starting. What are you?
It's not very practical to have a V-dub.
In the snow.
Yeah, a buggy in the snow, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Baja.
Baja Blast. I'll be right back.
You remember that time you went with me to go look at a Baja bug?
Yeah.
I almost pulled the trigger.
You should have.
And then we get fucking the fucking saddest fucking story in the world about why Kate hates fucking Christmas. Her fucking dad dressing up as Santa and like trying to go down the chimney, and he like slipped and like broke his neck, and he just was just dead in there for days.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess it's based off an urban legend, and Spielberg didn't like the story, and he's like, dude, let's remove it. Like, I don't get, is this supposed to be funny or like sad? Like, what is the point of this story?
Yeah.
And the dude was like, nah, fuck that, we're keeping it in. And yeah, kept it. So it's pretty random anecdote.
Yeah. It was definitely a dark, like a fucking dark ass story. Like it kind of it almost feels like
Out of place.
Out of place
Yeah.
from the whole rest of the story. Because the rest of the story, I mean, let's take away the fact that there's gremlins murdering people. Everything else is kind of light-hearted throughout this whole thing, and then we get to her story, and it's really fucking sad.
Yep.
And then it just goes back into the silliness of all the gremlin shit. But yeah, it makes sense. That's why she's so, I don't know,
Hates Christmas.
hates fucking Christmas and all Christmas shit.
It's a wild story for sure.
Yeah.
Just to throw in the middle of this like comedic horror film. But I like their plan, how they actually like kill the gremlins. It makes sense. I was a little worried. Like I said earlier, I'm like, how the fuck are they gonna make this work? But it's smart. Like the gremlins are like, all right, it's sunup's coming, so they need to like stay somewhere dark. So they pick a movie theater. Like, what's darker than a movie theater?
Real.
Mad
True.
dark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they're watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but it is kind of interesting that they're watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I know. I do like that they like take over the whole fucking place. And also, isn't a movie projector really fucking bright? So wouldn't that like hurt them?
I think if they looked at it directly, but maybe because it's being projected onto a screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you look directly at it, it's bright as fuck.
Yeah.
But I like their plan to just blow up the fucking movie theater.
Yeah, it was a good plan.
I mean, it works. It kills everybody but Stripe because he went across the street to get candy.
Always, bro.
Yeah.
Always.
He's a fucking slippery ass dude.
It's the Mohawk.
Yeah, it is the Mohawk. He's the only one with the Mohawk. He looks cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And they think they won, and Billy kisses the girl, but Stripe escapes. This last battle was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, his death was
Stripe?
was pretty crazy. Yeah, Stripe's death, and just again the practical effects of that part specifically. It was like, damn, this is a fucking horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where he's like gets melted by the sunlight because Gizmo just goes on the offensive.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. Gizmo knows how to drive a car, and he's smart enough to like understand where the blinds are.
I mean, they've proved time and time again that they're pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Stripe's all bomby like fucking crossbows Billy, and then like knows how to wield a fucking chainsaw.
Yeah.
Like that shit gets like, I was like, oh damn, the horror comes out in this last scene.
For real.
Yeah.
It's like a slasher film for a second. And then Gizmo saves the day.
I thought a chainsaw would like chainsaw through a bat.
Yeah.
Are bats that bomb?
No.
It should have. Like, I mean,
should have like ripped it up.
So then that chainsaw is just trash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
It would have made
Maybe
more
it didn't have a chain.
It'd make more sense if it was like an aluminum bat. But like it being a wooden bat, like it should have cut through it.
Dude, you could
like
take off the chain.
It ripped off the bat. Like it was ripping up the bat. It just didn't break through the bat immediately.
It should have though. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it should have just sawed it right in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been like a pretty, like if you've ever used a chainsaw, it's a pretty clean cut.
Yeah.
I used to, my grandpa and I used to watch like the lumberjack competitions.
Oh yeah, those are
Mm.
crazy. Those big
So,
ass
like,
fucking
a chainsaw
chainsaws.
would fucking cut through a piece of like a trunk of a tree pretty fucking quick. So like
Yeah.
it would cut through a bat like almost instantly.
Almost instantly. Yeah, it shouldn't have been that. That was definitely a contrivance for the movie.
Maybe it was one of the dad's inventions.
Ah,
Damn, just being sold in a
The
big
s-
store.
the Solace
Oh,
chainsaw. I like how like the whole town gets destroyed. The dad finally makes it home, and then like the old man comes to get Gizmo, and he's like, "I told you it was a big responsibility." Like, Dick, what? Just destroyed like a whole fucking town.
For real.
Most of the town people were like fucking murdered and shit. And he just comes with he's like, but you'll get him back when you're ready. Fuck no, don't give this dude back, Gizmo. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Literally hundreds of people's of deaths are on his hands.
In the second one, do any of these characters make a return?
Yeah, Billy's in it. I don't know if Kate's in it.
Is Billy like the main character in the second one?
Yeah. Him and Gizmo are the main guys.
Oh shit. So they reunite,
Gremlins.
and then as soon as they reunite, chaos ensues again.
Yeah, he's so bad at it. Oh yeah. Phoebe is in it. Kate's is in this one too.
Damn.
Damn, I would think Kate would have fucking ran for the hills after the type of Christmases she's had.
Well, she really likes this guy, so you know.
Yeah, she's like all in love with him. They got the mad chemistry.
Yeah, they do have the mad chemistry.
Oh, Dick Miller's in it too. I guess he didn't die.
Fucking Dick Miller, bro.
But this fucking movie made some money, dude. It had a budget of 11 million and it made 212.
Damn.
So I think having Spielberg attached to it helped it make some bank.
That's cool. I mean, it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was definitely. But dude, check out the names of the guys who also auditioned to play Billy. Tom Hanks, Kevin
Oh.
Bacon, Ralph Macchio, Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe,
Emilio.
and Judd Nelson all auditioned to play this character.
Damn.
That's pretty crazy.
There's some like big name guys, dude. And they went with this fucking dude.
He's probably affordable.
Yeah, probably. Well, none of them were like big. Well, Kevin Bacon was a name, and so was Ralph Macchio and Emilio Estevez. But I don't think Tom Hanks was a guy yet.
No?
Nah,
When
he didn't get huge
When
until
did Big come out?
when did Big come out?
Big Tom Hanks.
Was that
1998. 1988.
Oh.
Sorry, 88.
88?
Oh, so he must have just been.
He was He was just
Climbing.
starting. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
on his way up. Oh yeah, who is it? Michael Winslow and Peter Cullen, the guy who does Optimus Prime, did
Mhm.
majority of the Gremlin voices that weren't a Gizmo and Stripe.
Oh, nice. Michael Winslow from Police Academy.
Yeah, the man of 1,000 voices or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My boy Eepert gave it 3 out of 4 stars. We haven't talked about Eepert in a minute.
Welcome
And
back,
I guess
Keeper.
there's a Gremlins animated series on Max.
Interesting.
It's like a kid show. Each
Mhm.
gremlin costs $60,000 to $90,000 in today's money.
Fuck.
Fuck.
And then do you guys remember the scene where we're talking about the bad Mogwais when they strung up Gizmo and they're throwing darts at him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess because Gizmo kept malfunctioning, the cast and crew came up with like a list of like horrible things we want to do to Gizmo, and that was one of the things. So they put it in the movie.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's pretty interesting.
That was funny.
I got a kick out of that.
One of the rare scenarios where you can like have fun with your work.
Should we hop into our reviews then?
Yeah.
All right.
Start
I'll
it.
start us off this time. All right. So let me give you the IMDb and the Rotten Tomatoes score. So Rotten Tomatoes has it at an 86%, and IMDb gave it a 7.3. I really like this movie. I mean, it was my pick for the merry month of movies, and I gave it a B plus. I think Gremlins rocks. It's funny. The horror is not too horror in yet, not too scary, but it's just good enough to keep the movie kind of like fresh and interesting. I feel. The comedy I think is great. I think it holds up today for sure. Usually I feel like with comedy movies, especially from like decades past, some of the jokes and shit can, don't age well, but I think this one was pretty good. And the fact that the Gremlins are like these evil characters definitely helps like some of the like the weird scumbaggy shit they do. It's like, well, it goes with their character, so like it holds up. So definitely very good. The special effects, I mean, we kept talking about it, are awesome in this movie. I think those still hold up to this day. Like super good
Yeah.
special effects. The pacing was good. Some characters do get lost. I feel like you could definitely tell where people were edited out of the movie. But I mean, other than that, I think it's a great film. It's a good recommend if you're tired of watching like lovey-dovey Christmas movies, definitely check out Gremlins. This is a good like alternative Christmas film. And it's you can watch it with the kids. It's not too racy. So I think it's a good recommend for all ages um for this holiday season. So I give it a B plus, high recommend, must see. Everyone should watch this movie. What about you, Say?
I give this a B plus as well. I think that everything that you mentioned, practical effects were sick. The jokes still hit. I mean, there's like one questionable part when it's like, damn, this is kind of racist, but that's not like the main point of the movie, which is nice. And yeah, I think this is like one of those classic movies that also brought some like nostalgia for me because I remember watching this when I was a little kid. So it's nice to watch it again as an adult, and it's still kind of hit in those same like points where I wanted it to hit. Definitely recommend it. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's a classic. It was labeled at the time for being really violent. If you compare it to like violent shit now, it's not really that violent. But I mean, it does kind of crack at some points in time. But that I don't think that should take away from the fact that it's still like a really good, enjoyable, fun, kind of goofy, uh, silly Christmas movie. Check this movie out.
Hell yeah. Finish us off, Twan.
Yeah. I mean, just kind of piggybacking on the both of you. Yeah, I gave this movie a B plus as well. It's a solid flick. Hour 46. I think like an hour 45 is like a perfect time. Amount of movie. And it's a fun adventure. It does have elements of horror, but like you said, it's not too much. It's easy to digest. It gets a little chaotic at one point, but it just adds to like the quirkiness of the movie. Um, there's just so many good things about this movie. The acting was good. The practical effects was like a shining light. The story was easy to follow, and it's like mysterious at one point. Like there's points in time where you don't really know what you're gonna expect to see. And I really enjoy that in a movie. And I like this movie as a kid, and seeing it for the first time in over a decade. It was fun. It was a fun watch. It was a fun ride. It was just an overall good movie. Oh, I would definitely recommend this to anyone. It's a good break from like the cookie cutter mold of Christmas movies. We get like love stories and shit like that. Like, and the fact that this movie is, it's a legitimate Christmas movie. It's not like Die Hard where it takes place during Christmas. Like, no, Christmas is kind of like at the forefront of this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's solid. So yeah, B plus.
Hell yeah. Definitely agree.
All
So
around solid B plus movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the
Yeah.
quintessential B plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does everything like just good enough, not good enough to be an A, but still very, very enjoyable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, this will conclude our merry month of movies. We got a big recommend for all three. No, for two of the three films that we saw for our merry month of movies.
Sorry about that.
It's
I
cool.
thought the mean one was an enjoyable B movie.
It was an
just,
adventure.
it was an adventure. But you know what that means? It means it's wheel time.
Wheel.
So it's
Wheel.
time
I was
wheel
I was
it
actually
up.
gonna suggest something.
Ooh,
Since
you got a
this
suggestion?
is gonna come out like during New Year's, why don't we try to figure out if there's any like New Year's movies? So I was looking it up, and I mean, one movie that I thought would be pretty cool to do is Poseidon Adventure. Apparently, that's a New Year's movie.
All right, guys. So to finish off our merry month of movies, it wouldn't be, because New Year's is wrapped in with Christmas. I feel like New Year's is the cap on the holiday season.
Cap.
So we are going to watch the 1970. What would you call this? It's like I don't know.
Movie.
A thriller?
Yeah, I guess it's like a thriller. Like, what are these types of movies called when like they're trapped in like a building or something? Disaster movie?
Disaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, disaster movie. Yeah.
The disaster movie, The Poseidon Adventure, starring Gene Hackman and Carol Lindley. I have never seen this movie, so I'm excited. I've seen the remake, but I haven't seen the original. So this movie will take place on New Year's Day. So you got a little homework to watch on New Year's, and join us on the 2nd as we discuss the Poseidon Adventure. So I want to thank you guys for joining us this week as we covered Gremlins. If you guys want to support the pod, you can do so by donating. You can click the donation link at the bottom of each episode. But if you can't donate, that's totally cool. We love making the pod. We love talking about movies with you guys each week. If you guys haven't done so already, give us a follow on our social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, X/Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube and Threads. As always, I have been your host, The Dale, followed by my two co-hosts, Mr. Saya.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for the good half year. Or we started this in April. It's crazy that like we basically made it through the whole year. Well, I mean, we had like a 4-month start, but thanks for joining us through this year. This was fun. We're gonna keep on going, and next year's gonna be even more fun.
And Twan.
Jingle Bells was originally written as a Thanksgiving song.
What?
What?
What the fuck?
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.